So, if you don't know, a couple nights ago, I don't know when people will be seeing this, but Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, and Greg Abbott uh, talked and talked some shit about let's just send immigrants to these liberal places, right? And that's just what happened. So, a plane full of Venezuelan immigrants was sent to Martha's Vineyard because they were like, very liberal, very uppity people go up there. Let's fucking get them. And it didn't go quite as how they planned because Mr. DeSantis and Mr. Abbott thought, oh, when these illegals get there, that'll expose the liberal hypocrisy of like, we don't want illegals here, send them back. When what actually happened is the people at Martha's Vineyard set up some charities and drives and help those people. You know, they were very nice and very accommodating to the people who were shipped there, which infuriated so many conservatives because they were like, "No, you have to be mean to them. Fuck, it didn't work out." Hilarious. Who would have thought that to trigger a Republican, you just had to be nice to some immigrants? But how do those immigrants get on the plane? You're asking. Well, a lot of them said they were misled. So let's just read a little bit. Edgartown, Massachusetts. Migrants shipped to this elite vacation island by Florida's Republican governor said on Friday that they had been misled where they were being taken, prompting immigration lawyers to promise legal action as a group of Venezuelans were relocated temporarily to a federal military base. The lawmakers said they would seek an injunction in federal court early next week to stop the flights of migrants to cities around the country, alleging that the Republican governor had violated due process and civil rights of the migrants flown from Texas to the small island off the coast of Massachusetts. They were told, "You have a hearing in San Antonio, but don't worry, we'll take you to Boston," said Ivan Espinoza Madrigal, the ex the executive director for Lawyers for Civil Rights Boston. He said dozens of uh, migrants had told them his team they had only been informed mid-air that they were going to land in Tony Martha's Vineyard rather than Boston. Fuck Florida, I swear. Oh, you're completely right. Because while all of this is happening, a lot of shit's going down in Florida. I know a lot of people from Florida. It's sad to say PP's not in the chat because I'm doing the stream on a different day than usual. But PP from Jacksonville is usually very keen on what's going on and informs me in chat. But today we'll just have to get by. So, what's going on in Florida? Well, a lot more far right activity. And I don't mean just like the normal MAGA people. I mean like actual Nazis and shit. Florida saw a sharp increase in anti Semitic incidents last year, according to a new report from Anti Defamation League, the New York based organization that tracks down anti Semitic incidents and other extremist activity across the country. The state saw a 50% increase in anti Semitic incidents in 2021 compared to the year before, but Florida had the third most anti Semitic incidents of any state in the country, behind only New York and California, according to the report. Nationally, 2021 saw a 31% or 34% increase in anti Semitic incidents across the country. Crazy. The only reason why California and New York were beat out by Florida is because those are bigger states. Crazy. The ADL found that Florida is home to an overlapping network of white supremacist and anti Semitic groups responsible for organizing numerous rallies and distributing hateful propaganda. All told, the ADL's Center on Extremism found that more than 400 instances of white supremacist propaganda being distributed between January 2020 and August 2022. So, that's a lot. That's a big fucking deal. Huh, DeSantis, you think maybe you should get a handle on people actively terrorizing some of your citizens in your country, in your state? Maybe you should do that rather than trying to do some performative bullshit of like sending immigrants to some wealthy island. Because what does that solve? It gets you some chuckles, some laughs, some ha ha ha, look at them being uncomfortable. Well, guess what? It didn't work out for you, right? Sending immigrants or illegal immigrants? Illegal immigrants. But it doesn't matter to them. Because here's the thing with Republicans and all of that. They always talk about how Democrats turn immigration and immigrants into political pawns. You know, they bust them here and there, and they vote, and then these people vote Democrat. Hey, guess who's using the immigrants as pawns now? Republicans. They're the ones using them as not even people, as fucking objects, right? They're not treating these people as people. And hey, it didn't work out, which I'm glad. I'm glad that these people who, ended up going to Martha's Vineyard, I'm glad they were treated with kindness and care and as people. The bare fucking minimum. I'm glad that they got some help. I mean, now they're on a military base. I don't know what's going to happen there. But hey, at least at some point they left Florida and experienced true kindness. The South likes to pride itself as being the kindest place in the country. Clearly not, since that shit happened. But yeah, DeSantis, maybe fix your issues in your whole thing. I'm actually glad they're sending illegal immigrants to Democrat-run cities. Now the Democrats are running these cities. Put your money where your mouth is expression. Hey, guess what? They put their money where their mouth was. And it actually worked out. The immigrants were happy. They were fed and all of this shit, right? Humanitarian aid was given to these people. And hey, guess what? Just about every city in America is a Democrat-run city. So there is that. They're just not dealing with this shit in these Democrat places. Yes, they fucking are. New York is one of the biggest centers for immigration. California, huge for immigration. The Pacific Northwest, huge. Chicago, huge. Actually, the Democrat cities that get and bust illegal immigrants, they're asking for big time help from the government. Yeah, that happens. Any city that gets a huge population boom is going to ask for help from the government. Hey, every city asks for help from the government. Just about all of them. Which is really funny because, oh no, Democrats are asking for help from the government. Let's look up which states suck up more funds from the government than anywhere else. Let's see. States that need money from government. Let's see. Oh my fucking God. Look at this. Here's the places in the country that need more help from the government than anywhere else. West Virginia, Republican. New Mexico, Republican. Mississippi, Republican. Alabama, Republican. Alaska, Republican. Idaho, Republican. Louisiana, Republican. Maine, mix. But look at that. Look at the list of Republican versus Democrats that need more help from the federal government. Tends to be Republicans. Kind of says a lot, doesn't it? That's why we can't allow illegal immigrants just to pour into the country. It does put a burden not only on the city budget, but then now the government has to come in with more money because the requests for help. But clearly, these Democrat states that are allowing more and more immigrants aren't the ones who are really the burden on the country. New Mexico, Mississippi, Alabama, Alaska, Idaho, Louisiana, all Republican states. They're the burdens. Republican states are the burden. Florida, huge rise in anti-Semitic activity, roughly corresponding to DeSantis' job as governor, while and then he decides to just ship off people as objects, just to piss some others off. Crazy. It's quite insane. He's an insane man who people seem to love, and in fact, quite stupid since he did that. But hey, what can you say? DeSantis people are basically Musk people. You can't reason with them.